Hello everyone, this is Martin from Prosperous Universe. I'm the lead developer on the project, and today I would like to give you a brief introduction to the user interface of our game. If I sound a bit funny, that's because I've caught a cold, so hope you understand me all right anyway. So let's get started. I have a browser window here in front of me because, as you probably know, Prosperous Universe is a browser-based game. You don't need any downloads, you don't need any plugins or anything like that. And we're gonna dive right in by entering a URL, which brings us to the login screen. I'm gonna log in here. And this is our current default welcome screen, if you want to call it that. And before we do anything else, I want to show you one of my favorite features. You can go to full screen mode at any time, which gives you a lot more screen real estate. Now, Prosperous Universe is a very complex business simulation game. So there are lots of ways to play the game, and there's literally hundreds of functions that you can use to do so. So we thought that there wouldn't be much point to provide one single standard interface for everyone, and instead we put a lot of effort into providing a very versatile, flexible user interface that anyone can adjust to their personal needs. So the thing you see right here is just a default, and we're just gonna do away with that altogether and open a new screen. Let's call it communications. Screens are something like a workspace that you can customize to your personal requirements, and they are persistent. So if you create a screen and you log out of the game, you come back later, your screens will still be there, and you can switch between them as you wish. So right here, at the moment, we have an empty screen that we just created. And the first thing I would usually do if I have a screen like this is I would split it up into smaller tiles. And tiles is the next concept we're going to talk about. Every function in the game has at least one tile to work with it, and the whole game is based, or the interface of the game is based on commands. So if you want to access a certain function, you only have to know the command, and you can open the function in a tile. So in this particular case, what I'm looking for is I want to have a list of all the public chat channels that are available. So I'm gonna just start typing communication, and this gives me a suggestion or a list of suggestions of functions that deal with communications. So in this case, we have 4 suggestions, and I'm just going to go with the first one, which is a catalog of public communication channels. Enter that, and here you go. You will have a list of channels. Now, if I click on one of these, like the global one, for example, this will open something that we call a buffer. So this is our next user interface concept. Buffers are a bit like windows. You can drag them around, you can resize them, and contrary to screens that are persistent, as discussed earlier, buffers are completely temporary. They're just intended to be opened up real quick. You can do something inside of a buffer, or you can just use them to open a new function, and then you can take it and drag it into a free tile like this, and close the buffer again, and then you can just start chatting. Now, if you're wondering, do I have to know the command for everything? Do I always have to use commands? Then rest assured you don't have to. There are other ways to open tiles or open windows. So one thing for very common features is this quick link bar on the left of the screen. So this, for example, is my list of spacecraft that I have right now. And commonly in lists like this, you have links that lead to other things. And in this case, for example, I could click this link to open the view of a planet Or another way to access related tiles is the so-called context. So if you look closely at this public communication channels tile, there's this slim bar at the top. This is the so-called context, and it will provide you with related tiles or related functions. So in this case, I can just click on this link, and it will open the communications buffer or window that shows me all the communications channels I'm a member of. So there are more advanced commands as well. So many commands will accept a parameter. And when I clicked this global chat room earlier, what I actually did was I opened this command for a public channel with a parameter global, because I wanted to open a global channel. I can of course do this manually as well. So let's do this as an example with a private chat, and I want to talk to another account of mine called Martin, and here you see how quickly you can access a particular piece of information or some function or an item in the game if you know the command and you know its common code or nickname or identifier for that item. So in this case, I entered a username, Martin, and that will bring up the private conversation. In this particular case, I would have to confirm with the click of a button that I actually want to talk to this person, which is myself. So in this case, I don't want to. Yeah, and that's basically it. This is the gist of how our user interface works. I hope it makes sense. I hope you understand what we're trying to go for with this. It's a very versatile system. It's very flexible. It allows you to customize the game to whatever you need, whatever you want. And in future videos, when we start looking at more actual features of the game, besides communication features, you will quickly realize how much power comes with this system. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. Hey everyone, I hope you liked this video. Please remember, everything you saw here is still alpha footage, and a lot of things are bound to change over the coming months. If you liked everything you saw anyway, please make sure to subscribe to our channel. And below you find the links to our Facebook and Twitter profile, as well as our website. And of course, I would be very happy to hear your feedback, so make sure to either leave a comment or, even better, sign up on our forums and let us know what you think. See you next time. Bye bye.